Hello everybody, Iain Robson here. Welcome back to Lone Oak Farm. So today we are harvesting our barley field here on field 45. And since last time I was on the server, which was a week because I was on vacation last week, for those who do know or do not know in that scenario, or I was at least, I was up in a place called, I was up in an area called Parry Sound, Ontario, which is a gorgeous place, a gorgeous little area close to Georgian Bay in Ontario. Lots of fishing to be had there, basically. So I went fishing every day for as long as I possibly could before my wife told me to come inside, sort of idea. So anyways, things have changed a little bit since last time I was on the server. As you can see here, let me just get that screen out of the way. As you can see, we have gotten a few more fields here. We got field 20, 29, 30, 34, 43, and 42 if memory serves. So at least I'm not sure which ones were new and which ones aren't, but I know we got quite a few of those in the last little while here. So that is what's going on here, and we've also gotten a few pigs this time around as opposed to cows. I rarely raise pigs because they're just too much hassle most of the time and not really worth the money. I don't think, at least. You can make them profitable, but they're worth, it's a lot of hassle. The cows, you make money, and the more cows you have, the more money you make. Although it does take more, so I don't know. Could be one way or another, basically. So, and I guess with FS19 we'll have horses to take care of as well, which apparently need oats for, because horses only eat oats. Well, I'm sure they eat hay too in the game, but I don't know for certain how they've done it. So I know in real life horses will eat hay and all sorts of other things, but primarily I guess it's oats. Like any animal, I suppose. You just gotta mix their diet up. There we go. Let's just empty out here while we're this way here. So there we go. I don't know. Like I said in the last video, which was American Truck Simulator video, I have not tried Farm Sim with TrackIR yet. Don't know why. Just was more curious about ATS than I was about Farm Sim with it. So I guess in this kind of scenario right here, so if I am looking forward, I'll be able to kind of look to the left like this, or look to the right. Be able to adjust that, and then kind of go from there, basically. But I don't know. I wasn't as crazy about trying it in Farm Sim as I was about trying it in American Truck Sim or ETS. I haven't tried an ETS, but it's the same, of course, as ATS. I did try it in Dirt 4, which was a very interesting experiment. Because I haven't played Dirt 4 in a while, so my driving was pretty poor. But I got to experience what it was like here. So what it was like having the TrackIR. It was nice because you're able to kind of just follow like the path of the course, I guess. So you could look at the edge, and you'd be looking at the edge, and you'd be trying to driving along, which is kind of neat. I didn't find I moved as nearly as much in that game because you're so focused on what's going on, you can't like look around and kind of idea. So it's a little less obvious that you have TrackIR in that scenario. So I'll have to try it with Project Cars or something like that and see what's up. See what the difference is. So anyways, yeah, vacation was a lot of fun. Did a lot of fishing, caught lots of fish, lots of pike. Probably the most pike I've caught in a long time. I don't normally fish for pike specifically. I tend to fish more for smallmouth bass is my what I like to fish for. Also carp when they're easier to catch. I find as soon as it's not spring, carp become harder to catch. At least it's without having to, chum one specific spot multiple times in a day. I just find it a little difficult, I guess, to get to the same spot every single day to chum an area. So, but I definitely will try next year again for carp. Hopefully get some of that on video. There we go, coming up to our turn once again here. It's fine, it looks like there's chopped straw. Oh, there is chopped straw, but it's only in certain areas, so I'm a little confused as to why it's only dropping chopped straw. Like, you can see where I just went over. It dropped some straw, but where I'm going over right now, it's not. So I don't know what the reason behind that is. I don't know if it's because it's where it's been fertilized versus non-fertilized. I suspect that's probably the reason, but it's hard to tell. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. So it should be interesting to see how much equipment there is in Farm Sim 19 as well. I know they've added Komatsu, which is a big brand of machinery. They make a lot of forestry equipment and forklifts, I believe, as well. My father-in-law actually has a Komatsu forklift. He has two forklifts. One's a Heister, I think, it's Hyster, and one's a Komatsu, and one of them's easy to drive, and the other one's really temperamental in comparison. So it's like you have like a clutch, and then you have to really almost. It feels like when you're hitting the gas on the forklift, you have to like almost gun it. It feels like it's really bizarre. In comparison to the other one, which is like a power reverser style, but it leaks antifreeze basically. So not an optimal choice really, especially when you're going into potato rooms, so you don't leave a whole bunch of antifreeze on the floor basically. So yeah. That's strange. So it like fills that one little area here. Wonder if it's because it's been fertilized versus not fertilized. Doesn't really give us any indication there, at least. So, wonder why it's only doing it in certain areas. All right. Go ahead and unload here once again. A lot of the farmers in my area are starting to combine as well. Well, at least they're trying to. At least it's been a little wet here the last couple days, so combining has not been something that a lot of people have been doing. But a lot of people have been getting combines ready to go. One guy comes in often. He had to get he works as I guess he'd be a contractor. What do you call that per him? He works for a farm who owns lots of acres basically. So a general, farm hand, I guess, might be a good way to describe it. Anyways, he had to come in and trying to fix. I think they have like 2 combines they use, and I guess they had to fix one of the combines because nothing's really going on in terms of harvesting because everything's just way too wet, and everything you do harvest this week is going to be too high in moisture basically. So it's been a situation where you got to get all your equipment up to snuff before you actually need to start harvesting with it, sort of thing. So there we go. Speaking of contractors, one of the interesting things they've added in Farm Sim 19 is kind of like the ability to do like contracting, where you use your own equipment on someone else's field, which I thought was kind of interesting. So it allows you to kind of make some extra money with the equipment you do have. Wow. So for example, you could fertilize a field with a super small fertilizer spreader and then make money off that. Like, do a giant field with a small spreader if you wanted to. Like, you'd be able to make a lot of money, but you'd be doing it for quite a long time, I imagine. So it'll be curious to see how that works out and how that aspect of the game plays out, like in terms of how interesting it makes it. Because I think that's something that people have wanted to have in the game, to be able the ability to do something like that. So I don't know if in multiplayer you can still have multiple farm. Like, I'm not sure how they're gonna do it in multiplayer, or if it's even possible in multiplayer, and then they make it say like an FS17 where it's just you just can only do contracts in missions, I should say, in single player mode. I don't know. It's gonna take off this little edge here to make my life a little bit easier when I'm making these turns. There we go. And turn around. So yeah, I don't know. It will be curious to see how that plays into the game, and I suppose some people will have a contractor series, like a Farm Sim Let's Play contractor style series, I suppose. I know it's very common in England to have that. And we do have a lot of it here too in Canada. It depends on the area and the size of farms and whatnot. Like, I know, for example, my father-in-law, he brings in a contractor to do quite a few things now. When he was younger, he would do a lot of it himself, but now he's kind of older. it's easier for him to hire a contractor to do, you know, spray the fields within, you know, an hour with his self-propelled sprayer, rather than spend, you know, half a day or more than half a day doing it yourself, sort of thing. So I don't know. Welcome back. I'm recording, by the way, Spud, just to give you a heads up.
Roger that.
Spud, did you say you wanted straw dropped after the headlands?
Yeah, I'm not sure how much we have in the second Stevie lot. We can probably do it.
I don't think we have any in the second Stevie loft. But the first Stevie loft is just about maxed out.
All right, there we go.
It was around 750 last I checked, and we haven't used any, so it's pretty much full.
It'd be nice to have some Wilson trailers in the game as part of the vanilla equipment now in FS19. That would be kind of neat. And maybe we'll see some other ones as well. Well, some other trailers modded off of that trailer, I suspect, in the future at some point. So, just because it will be kind of a base model in there. So, I was just saying that we're gonna have Wilson trailers in the new in FS19, which will be kind of nice, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna do doubles or not, or if it's just gonna be like a single big trailer, but it looked like it was only going to be a single. I can't remember.
Pretty big, aren't they?
Yeah, they were like 50,000 liters, I think. There we go. On up for the next pass here. There we go. Yeah, but it'll be kind of cool to see some of those trailers in the game and have them working, I suppose, and all that jazz. So I don't know. Well, I'm sure they'll be done well. Based on what we saw in FS17, FS19 should be equally good graphics. Well, equal or better graphics, I suppose. Very well, I would hope, at least. But from what I've seen, it looks really good. So, and the modeling that has been done has been really good too. So it'll be a combination of great modeling and great items to actually use, so it'll be pretty sweet. So I'm excited. All right, folks, I think I'll end it there for now. I do need to get off to work. My name's Iain Robson. I hope you enjoyed. If you like what you go ahead and hit that subscribe button for some more Lone Oak Farm. I'll catch you guys later.